What's up guys, in this video I'm going to show you exactly how you can lose 25+ pounds of fat without starving yourself, without giving up on your favorite food, without spending hours on the treadmill, and without gaining it all back once the process is over. So this is not a cookie cutter fad, this is not a quick fix bullshit. This is something that actually works, that helped me lose the fat in less than 6 months. Actually in 4 months. It's been more than a year and a half now and I've never gained it back. So I'm going to show you specifically how I lost 25+ pounds with this exact method, with this exact 2-phase method, and how you can do it too, because if it worked for me, I'm pretty confident it's going to work for you as well. This is for women who are tired of what they see in the mirror and really want to get rid of the excess fat. So if this hurt a little bit hearing it, it's most likely for you. A lot of value that I'm about to drop here, so keep on watching. All right, let's get straight into it. How to lose 25+ pounds of fat in 180 days or less. It's a step-by-step how-to. I think I lost the weight in 4 months, but I'm being generous in time because sometimes life gets in the way, etc. But let's get started. So during this training, I will give you the exact formula that will help you lose 25+ pounds of fat like I did in 180 days or less, without having to starve yourself and without having to give up on your favorite food, without spending hours on the treadmill, which I hate. And most importantly, without gaining it all back as soon as the program is over. I lost it, I think it was a year and a half ago, and I haven't gained it back. So drop a yes in the comment if you are ready to transform your body and become your best self. Right. This training is for you if you're looking to lose 25+ pounds that you won't get back, that you won't gain back, while building a new figure and gaining strength, self-confidence, and a resilient mindset. Then this training is for you. If you're someone who wants to burn fat and sculpt your dream physique while not giving up on your favorite food forever and while not starving yourself, then this is for you. If you're tired of having a lack of direction when it comes to losing fat and keeping it off, and you want a simple, effective, and enjoyable blueprint that is proven to work, then this is for you as well. If you are sick or spending hours in the gym doing cardio that you hate and not even seeing progress despite all your efforts, then this is for you. And lastly, if you know that you have that potential and work ethic to actually show up and become your best self, but you just lack the structure, the support, and the accountability to get there, then this is for you. Does it resonate with you? If so, let me tell you right now, you are in the right place. Let's quickly get a few people out of this, so please skip this training if any of the following resonates. This training is not for you if you are looking for a quick fix without having to actually put in any effort or hard work, then this is clearly not for you. Because there is some work that has to get into becoming your best self. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be a quick fix. You have to put in the work. This is not for you either if you secretly like to stay stuck and if you give yourself excuses instead of actually doing the work and showing up for your goals and your purpose. If that's you, this is not for you. If you're not willing to spend 4 to 5 hours working out per week, then this is not for you. This is the minimum amount of time of working out if you actually want to see results. I'm not asking you to trade 20 hours per week, 4 to 5, and you will see results, but you have to be willing to do that work. It's not for you if you're not ready to control your food intake and stop eating junk food all the time. Then this is not going to be for you, because I can implement food you'll like in your nutrition plan, and I will, because I know how important it is to keep your favorite food in a nutrition plan, but I can't let you eat poorly all the time. This is not going to give you the results that you want. And this training is not for you if you don't believe that you have the ability to become your best self. It's all a mindset game. So if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe you can do it, I cannot help you. This is not going to work, and this training is not for you. Now, quickly, let me tell you this. I know exactly where you're coming from, because I've been there too. Quick background, it's not going to take long. I just wanted to show you how I looked before and after becoming my very first and best client. Quick timeline. I went from being at a healthy weight in 2017 to being underweight in 2018, barely eating 1,000 calories per day. And then I went to the United States to finish my degree, and I did a complete 180 and I gained 45 pounds. I wish I was kidding. I gained 45 pounds in 2 to 3 months. Like, I was binge eating till I was sick. And it happened October, November, December. And the picture that you see on the left is June, just right before graduation. That was my graduation dress. Anyways, so I was overweight at the beginning of the year, and I was just trying to lower the number on the scale. Again, back to the behavior I had before, which was to follow fat diets and intense workouts. And I remember it was snowing like crazy, but I had to get my steps in. So school was closed, everything was closed, but I had to go outside and do my 10K steps. It was stupidly crazy. I did all the intense workout under the sun while also dealing with extremely low self-esteem, because I went very quickly from being underweight, but I was skinny fat. It was not, I didn't like my body back then, to being overweight. I just hated myself. I couldn't fit into the clothes that I brought with me to the US, so I had to buy new ones. I just hated myself. I hated the way I looked. I hated everything. At the end of the year, so in September, I got back home and then I went to London and decided to study to become a personal trainer. I have no idea what came to mind that day. I just liked going to the gym. I liked running, and I was like, might as well actually learn the right way to do that shit. So I started going to the gym. I woke up at 4 a.m. just to go to the gym. You won't have to do that. It was just me being crazy. And I also registered for my first ever 10K race. It was amazing. Not only did I start losing the weight pretty quickly, pretty easily, I just loved the process. I wasn't starving myself because I'm very competitive, so I had to have a certain performance in mind. So I wanted to do that race under 1 hour. And I was like, I don't care if it's 59 minutes, 0.59 seconds. I want to do it under 1 hour. So I had to feed and fuel my body. I loved my training. I loved doing the sprints. I love going to the gym. And I learned to love myself again as I was gaining confidence. I saw results quickly. I saw the weight dropping. And I saw myself getting better at the gym and while running. And it was amazing. Trying not to get too emotional. Oops, sorry. But I had found my purpose, because fitness at that time really saved me and keeps on saving me. Whenever I have a difficult time, this is just the thing I have that is always going to be there for me, and that will always make me feel better. And that's exactly why I want to help others, because it changed my life, and I want to help you change yours, because I can see how big of an impact in all areas of my life, as well as with the people around me. Like, I can see the impact it had. So let's get into the truth about losing fat that no one will tell you, because it's 100% possible to lose the weight, build your dream physique, and become the best version of yourself without having to starve yourself, without having to give up on your favorite food, without spending hours on the treadmill. That was a huge one for me, because I love running, but you will never see me on the treadmill. I hate that unless there is a storm outside. That's the only reason you'll see me on the treadmill. It's because it's in my plan and I cannot run outside. And the most important one is without the fear of gaining the weight back after the program is over. This is a huge one, because yo-yo dieting is a thing and it's awful. But if you have the right strategy, it's not going to happen. And I found that right. I created that strategy for myself. So here is what most women don't do. Number one, and it's mostly because they don't have the knowledge to actually do it, because no one teaches them how to do it, because it's just so much easier to sell us fad diets and skinny teas and shit like that. It's just good for the economy. But here is what you can do. And it's completely something you can do for free. Trike your calories and macro in a way that is efficient and sustainable. You also want to optimize your weekly training with a combination of strength training and cardio that you actually enjoy, and doing the right exercise to lose the fat and build the physique that you want at the right intensity. There is a lot that goes into optimizing your weekly training, and most people don't know how to do it because it's not something that we're taught. And the last one is implementing a system that fit into their lifetime, meaning a process that is enjoyable, that works with any other obligations that you have without having to add on stress like waking up at 4 a.m. when you left work at 11 p.m. I don't know. And you actually see the progress over time. But don't worry, I'm here for you. I'm not going to let this happen to you. And I'm going to give you all the tools you need. So, what women do, as I said, instead, we look for a quick fix. It's how to lose 10 pounds in 10 days. And you will find stuff online, like just for fun, I Googled it. You will find shit like that online that help you do that. But the second, like it's mostly going to help you drop water from your body. So you will kind of look lean, but that's just water. And as soon as you get back to your old lifestyle, boom, 50 pounds back. Speaking from experience, and I wish I wasn't, but that's something I did. So we're not looking for a quick fix. We are looking for something that actually works. And let me stress that we are looking for something that actually works. And there is no such thing as I don't have the time, my metabolism is just slow, that's just my genetics, I've tried everything and it doesn't work. No, there's no such thing as that. If you've tried everything and it doesn't work, it means you haven't tried the right thing. That's as easy as that. You don't have to spend hours per day on a treadmill or have a unique DNA to become the best version of yourself. You simply don't. And if you want to be the person that burns fat, builds their dream physique, I'm going to show you exactly how to navigate around the issues that we've just mentioned. I'm going to share a little bit more of my story, but mostly how I lost the 25 plus pounds of fat, which was over 16% of body fat. That's huge. I got stronger, I got faster, I sculpted my dream physique, and I just felt so much better from that. I'm going to show you what your future could look like and how I can help you lose these pounds. And of course, I'm going to share with you my exact process on how to sculpt your dream figure without starving yourself, without spending hours on the treadmill and gaining it all back once the process is over. This is the most important part, so make sure to stay until there. How? Like, I'm going to teach you exactly my process, the 2 phases I use. Just stick with me. So as I said, fitness saved me, and I've spent the last 3 years studying it. So I'm certified. I'm a certified personal trainer, level 2, level 3, level 4, and I'm going to study a bit more next year and dive deeper into nutrition. But I have the right certification. I have the right qualifications, so you know that I actually am the shit. As I said, because there are just so many things that fell apart over the years, I'm not just mentioning COVID, I'm mentioning everything that happened in my life. When I felt overwhelmed, when I hated myself, the way I looked in the mirror, everything in my reality, I realized that this was one thing I can control. This was the one thing that I could actually say, okay, I'm going to do that. There's nothing that's going to prevent me from doing that. And this is the one thing that is not going to fall apart. And it was the one thing I could hold on to the rest, when the rest of my reality was literally blowing up. And changing my body, changing my lifestyle, changing my mindset, changed my entire life. It taught me discipline, it taught me dedication. And once you start reaching your fitness goals, you start believing that you can reach the other goals in the other areas of your life. And that confidence, that self-love, that self-esteem, it's just priceless. And I really wish that for every single person in this world. And this is why I truly want to change people's life. I want to have the biggest impact I can because it deeply saved me, and I want to help you become the best version of yourself. If it wasn't for fitness, for training to these races, for going to the gym, for taking care of my body, for taking care of myself when no one else was, I don't think I'd be here anymore. I'm okay. Before I get too emotional again, let me introduce you to my system that I built over the years, through trial and errors mostly, while trying to get into the best shape of my life and learn the tool to keep that forever. So let me break it all down. It's a simple blueprint. It's a two-phase blueprint. So phase one is the fat loss phase, 45 to 90 days. There is an acclimation phase. So you want to learn the basics, you want to build the foundations, you want to, in terms of habits, in terms of lifestyle, and of course, in terms of what to eat and the gym. So you want to train in the endurance zone and start with progressive overload to increase your metabolism. That means that you're burning more calories and that like while resting, so it's easier for you to lose the fat. You want to obviously do some cardio for fat loss, not too much, just some. And when it comes to nutrition, a 10 to 15% caloric deficit with adjustment based on how your body reacts is the way to go. It's the way that you won't lose all your muscles. I think I'm going to talk about it later, but never mind. You're going to not lose your muscle. You can build lean mass. You're going to lose the fat. And you'll end up not looking skinny fat, but toned, which is why you want to keep that muscle. You're not going to look muscular. Like I've been going to the gym for many years and I don't look muscular. I just look defined, and that's exactly what I wanted. You also want to have a high protein intake, again, to keep this muscle mass and to build some muscle if need be. But we're women, and as women, it's kind of hard to build on muscle. So if you are in a deficit, you're just going to not build that much muscle mass. And yeah, you keep going until you reach the ideal body fat percentage. Then the second phase, it's the most important, and I feel like this is like no one talks about that phase. It's the reverse dieting / body recom phase. So again, 45 to 90 days, you want to train in the hypertrophy zone. So while you got stronger in the first phase, you actually are able to lift more weight. So 2 to 3 times per week, again, you want to go to the gym. And yeah, progressive overload is also the way to go. Cardio, maybe you can go a bit down on that one, but you want to make sure that you still have enough daily movement so you don't gain the weight back. Like it's going to be your lifestyle, but we are just going to adjust until you get to your dream lifestyle, your ideal lifestyle, while still your ideal body. And of course, the reverse dieting part, which can be kind of sciencey, but really easily, it's 50 to 100 calories every 2 to 3 weeks added to your daily diet. So if you were used to eating 1700 calories, once you start in that recom phase, maybe you're going to go to 1750. Maybe you're going to go to 1800s, and then see for 2 to 3 weeks how your body adjusts, and you're still going to lose a little bit of fat, which is great. So you actually are going to keep that lean and toned body, and you just keep on adding until you reach maintenance for your new body. Now, again, that's hasn't been talked about a lot in this community, but basically, let's say that when you were overweight, your your maintenance was, I don't know, 2400 calories per day. Okay, cool. So that was your maintenance. You went below it to lose the fat, and you lost the fat, and now you are at a healthy weight. And that means that you need less energy, therefore less calories to move your body and keep it alive on the daily. That means that your maintenance is not going to be that same number. It could be, I'm going to say whatever, but maybe it's going to be 2100s. And that's your new maintenance for your new body, to maintain the new body that you have. So there is a difference, but it's also because you've lost the weight. So your body needs less energy to actually keep you alive. And again, you want to keep a high protein intake to keep building or keep that muscle mass or build that muscle mass, depending on like the deficit. But it doesn't really matter, because as women, it's really difficult to put on muscle. So let me show you how I used each stage. I think I've been pretty diving deep in the stages already. I hope you've been taking notes. But yeah, we're gonna get a bit much deeper actually into it. And it's all coming down to 3 things: training, nutrition, and consistency equals success every single time. So training, you want to focus on good form over lifting heavy, especially as beginners. You want to learn how to have the good technique so you don't injure yourself. And also good form means it's going to be effective. If you have a poor form, it might not work as well as you want it to work. And you also want to have that progressive overload, which means lifting a little bit heavier, not every single session if you can't, every other or every 3 sessions, for example, like every 3 weeks, maybe you want to add a bit more. It truly depends on your body and on how it reacts. And that's also why you want to eat enough food and not be in the huge deficit. You won't be able to lift as much and to do that progressive overload as well as you could if you don't eat enough. Makes sense. So 2 to 3 times per week, you want to go to the gym or at least have a home workout using weights. And my workout are 45 minutes to an hour because I rest quite a bit in between. But I'd be happy with you going out to the gym for half an hour. That's always that's huge and that's enough. In terms of daily movement, I feel like because you want to, in that fat loss phase especially, you want to be like expending as much energy as you can throughout the day. So 10K, 8 to 10K steps daily is the way to go. But it depends on how many steps you are used to do. If you're used to not be moving at all, I'm not going to make you go from like 100 steps, it's exaggerating, to 10K. We're going to go to, okay, 2.5 and then maybe 4. It's progressively moving more. And of course, you want to do some cardio that you enjoy. So I don't care if it's swimming, I don't care if it's walking, I don't care if it's running, I don't care if it's cleaning the house. Some cardio. I used to do 2 or 3 runs per week, and that was just because I enjoy it. But I want you to find something that you will actually enjoy. Now, in terms of nutrition, macros and calories are highly, highly important. You want to know about these. So high protein intake, as I say, is extremely important. I've done my research. So the National Health Services are going to be like, okay, so 0.8 grams per body weight in kilos is the way to go. And I did some research, and science actually suggests 1.2 to 1.6 grams for optimal health. So high protein intake, much more than we are actually, at least it's double what we are recommended. So high protein intake is really crucial here. And the most important part when it comes to nutrition is to have a balanced approach. 75-25. That's my approach. That was my kind of rule, but it didn't end up being a rule because I loved you have to love feeding your body with food that you know is good for you, but you don't want to drop on the food you absolutely love, like cake and donuts and pizza and crepes and going to the restaurant and stuff like that. So you want to allow for the food that you love to be added to your diet. And of course, enough water intake. As you can see, I definitely need my water. Because staying hydrated is going to keep your body in optimal health. So that's mostly why you want to do it. Yeah. And of course, consistency is so key. So you want to sleep enough, get enough sleep. There's so many reasons why it's important. First of all, when you are not sleeping enough, you're tired. What do you do when you're tired? You skip your workout. You are going to be hungrier. Like, it's been proven. I'm not going to go into the science of leptin, ghrelin, and stuff like that, and cortisol and everything. You are hungrier, and you're not hungry for healthy foods. You're going to go for the snacks, like the sweet snacks. You're going to go for the processed food. You're going to go for the sugary stuff. And that's normal. That's how because your body needs energy that it didn't get while sleeping. When you want to be consistent, you need accountability. And my favorite way was building a reward system. You also want to manage your stress. It's a huge thing. So going for walks, it's actually doing 2 things in once. You are consistent, you're moving your body daily, and it's going to lower your stress, and it's going to help you so much getting a little bit of sun and everything. And then the last thing is 1% better process. Like, even now, even as I've reached an ideal body for myself, I still feel like I can improve my life around fitness. Maybe it's waking up earlier, maybe it's being a bit tidier, maybe it's creating a business, it's just being 1% better every single day. At the end of the year, it's going to compound on being 365% better. And who wouldn't want that? Over the year, you just get become a better person, and that's how you become your best self. Now, I want to talk about the fat loss phase. I feel like I've been into that already, but it's okay. We're going to go back into it. So it's 45 to 90 days maximum. I know I didn't talk about that because your body slowly adjusts to being in a deficit. So if you stay in a deficit for months, and I'm talking 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, a year, your body is going to lower your metabolism because it's going to be used to not having enough food. So it's going to want to spend less energy. So you end up not losing the weight, you get frustrated, so you lower the amount of food you get, and so on and so forth, until you get to, I don't know, eating less than 100 calories per day like I used to do. On this picture, I was almost underweight, 57 for me is underweight, 57.5 I think, 58, I can't remember. I was almost underweight. I was bloated all the time because I wasn't eating enough. I had no energy. I was losing my hair. I didn't get my periods for the longest time. And I wasn't satisfied with the way my body looked. As you can see, it's not toned at all because I wasn't eating enough. I wasn't definitely eating enough, not eating enough protein. It wasn't good. So you want to focus in this phase on building strong foundation, on knowing how much you need to eat, on knowing how to train so you can effectively practice progressive overload and not end up skinny fat like I was. As I said, 10 to 15% caloric deficit so you don't starve yourself, yet you create a healthy fat loss. I swear. So it's going to work so well. I was actually surprised the first time I did. I was, okay, let's try a smaller caloric deficit. I started with 10% and I was like, oh my god, this worked so quickly. And I was just happy with it. And then once you hit a plateau, you may want to go to 12% deficit and then 15% deficit, not below, absolutely not below. Because if you create too big of a deficit, you will lose muscle too, you will lose definition, and trust me, that's not what we want. Our body needs food. And again, in that phase, we want consistency and sustainability. Now, in the Recom phase, again, I said 45 to 90 days, but I guess it depends on how your body reacts to you slowly overloading and adding more food and weight. Food in your nutrition and weight in your training. So it's less reps and more weight, so you look toned and not skinny fat. As I said, you will not be jacked. You have seen, check, look at the picture on the right. This is me. I think it was in May of this year. I had been going to the gym for 3 years. I do not look jacked. I looked defined at best. So, as I said, also, I explained that, so that's normal that your body needs less food to maintain a smaller body size. And knowing that will stop you from yo-yo dieting. Yeah, and reverse dieting is so key because slowly returning to maintenance means that you won't gain the weight back after this phase is over. It means that the process is a bit longer, but if you go from 700 calories like you were in deficit at the end of the fat loss phase, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, so my maintenance is 2,000, and if you go add these 300 calories, all of a sudden your body may gain some of the weight back, and you may panic and so on and so forth, and just not create a healthy cycle. That's why we want to slowly get back to it, to build that metabolism back and really stop you from getting into that yo-yo cycle again. Right, so I also plan for the occasional failure. This isn't big because this is highly important. No one is ever 100% perfect. I missed some workout. I missed some days when it came to counting calories. Sometimes I counted and I was in surplus, but that's okay. I still succeeded in losing the weight because one missed workout didn't define the entire process. And that is so important to realize. So my method, this system is meant to get rid of all the excess body fat and actually sculpt your dream physique and get stronger mentally, physically, psychologically, everything, while also teaching you how to keep this progress after the program is over and make this process enjoyable. I'm still working out because I love it, not because I have to. And when you start making progress with your physique, you will also inevitably, like it's, you're going to see the improvements in all other areas of your life, whether it's your job, studies, relationship. It's crazy how it works. You create this upward cycle of getting better in your physique and in your routine and in your, like, it's going to work like amazingly well, and you'll see the ripple effect in the rest of your life. So your confidence and self-esteem will also grow, and it all starts from your body. Like, it truly all starts from just that. And it was more than worth it for me. I looked better, I felt better, I was able to lift heavier, which is a fun game. Like, going to the gym is a fun game. I was able to run faster, and I was having, and I'm still having fun in the process. The gym became my therapy for me, and when it becomes tough outside of the gym, that's where I need to be. And it actually made fat loss a side effect of my new healthy lifestyle. And I didn't feel like I was actually, like, I didn't feel like I was actively hard, like I was trying too hard. It was just happening all on its own, easily, without me feeling like I was starving or I was spending hours doing cardio. I was enjoying the process, didn't feel like trying. So I was gaining self-confidence because I could see the results in the mirror. And the discipline I built in the process was and still is a transferable skill to all other areas of my life, because success was just not going to, it was not just a thing in the gym. It also became something in my business, on social media, in my careers, when studying to become a personal trainer. In my relationships as well, I knew I had to have the discipline to do the things I said I would do for the other people in my life, for example. So as I said, it was just an upward spiral. When fitness was improving, so were my grades, so were my relationships, and so on. Now that you understand how this process works exactly, I have an offer for you. So if you are overweight, or even if you are skinny fat, and if you're tired of living in a body that you don't like, that you hate, I'm sorry I'm using strong words, but I'm just remembering how I used to feel. And if you're ready to actually lose the fat and sculpt your dream body, and of course, if you're willing to do the work to get the physique of your true potential, then I will help you lose the 25 pounds, 25 plus pounds. Like, if it's 40, so be it, in the next 180 days or less, without, as I said, starving yourself, giving up on your favorite food, spending hours on the treadmill every day, or gaining it all back once you're done with the process. And if it doesn't work, if you don't lose the fat, this is how confident I am in my method, I'll refund you in full. If you do everything I say, if you follow the process, and if it still doesn't work, I'll refund you in full. How good is that? If you're interested, the new year's coming right here. Book a call with me below, and we will see if you're the right fit for the program, because I don't work with everybody, and then we will get you started. Thank you so much for tuning in. I think I dropped a lot of value, but I really wanted to share exactly how I did it, how I lost all the weight and never gained it back. And if it's something that you feel like you could actually do, if that's something that you're interested in, then feel free to book a call below and I'll help you. I absolutely cannot wait to actually help you out, guys. And this is a different type of videos that I'm used to make, but if that's something that interests you, just tell me that you found it valuable and I may start getting more into that as well. Bye!